Hello there, everyone. Hello there, everyone. I'm Ashley Eckstein. Most of you may know me as the voice of Ahsoka Tano and also the founder of WHOniverse. And this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Hello and welcome everybody to the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I am your host, Paparazzo Dave Chapman. Welcome, my fellow Whovians. We're taking an extra cool trip through space and time. We're jumping in the TARDIS and we're spinning around and we're gonna go to a galaxy far, far away. Hey, Ramona. We're gonna be talking about Sabacc. And more specifically, Sabacc For Charity, a wonderful organization who play the Star Wars card game that Han Solo won the Millennium Falcon playing. That's its biggest claim to fame within that fandom. But we thought, you know what? They do a good cause. They were at MegaCon. We were at MegaCon. We couldn't bring them on before MegaCon. So we wanted to do a show, talk to them, talk about what the game is, talk about what they do. And then we'll kind of transition into talking a little bit about how MegaCon went. We've got a little bit of a smaller crew today because Concrud has killed several people. Faith's voice is toasted, but she gave us a little video. Christian is just absolutely out of it today. So we've got a small crew starting with the Reverend himself, Reverend Amagon Tom. Why do I have to bring that in when he's picking his nose? Of course.
Because you saw it and it happened. Hello, citizens. This is the spirit of Space Ghost, inhabiting the body of the Reverend Amagon, a.k.a. your boy, Tasty Cake. Oh, can't do it.
I'll be back.
Hey, Ghost. Okay, I can do it.
I think Brack was the bug one, right?
No, that was Zorak.
Oh, that was Zorak. I'll be Zorak.
I can talk like Zorak all day long.
Brack was what was Brack? Was Brack the little funky?
Brack was the guy with the orange thing and says, "Hey."
All right. It's been so long since I've seen Space Ghost. Just
now you
know throw everything else off, right?
In the background.
So we'll bring Gadget in a minute here with the news, but let's bring in our guest, Jonathan LaPointe from Sabacc For Charity. Hello, good sir.
How are you guys?
We are great. We are so thrilled we get you out here. Reverend Amagon is producing today, and he's pushing all the buttons because he likes all the buttons.
I like the buttons.
Buttons. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that, but first we're gonna do a little bit of news. I wanted to bring you in, say hello. I don't want to leave you in the background. While we get this done, feel free to chime in if you something you'd like to hear. But let's do a quick news segment. Reverend, if you want to hit that. Tom likes his buttons.
He likes any buttons. Yeah, guys, I feel bad for all of you who have Concrud. There is a remedy. I will tell you guys later if they talk about it after. But like I said, do you guys want to start happy or sad?
Let's start with the sad and then we'll go into the happy.
Yeah. Well, many of you know, we said it on other shows and everybody's been reporting it. Chuck Norris has passed away. Yeah, him and Death had it out, and yeah, let's just leave it at that.
I maintain that he won and he is now Death.
That makes
He took
sense,
Death's
though.
job. He kicked Death's butt and took his job.
Yeah, but then you got some other people that are like, it's good that he is, but you know what? He actually did a lot of good before everything else and everything, and he graced our screens for so many years and stuff, showing that now he's with JDF and all the other people that we have lost over the years, and especially now that the Grim Reaper's out of work, maybe he's the reason why Nicholas has passed away and everything. As you know, Nicholas Brendan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer has passed away of natural causes. He was very young, 54. And it's sad because the reboot had just been told it was postponed, canceled, and now we lose him. We were lucky enough to get him to pose with the TARDIS before everything, but a lot of people were very upset about this because he was planned to be part of the reboot. And it was just one of those times where I think death just was picking people off like crazy, especially if you grew up watching Superman too, because now that we have Jean, Christopher, we have now Valerie. Valerie has passed away. You know her. Some of you saw her in the movie Lenny, Superman, and other like the Great American Superhero. She's very famous actress and everything. And she passed away at 82. Very lovely lady, and she will be missed as well. So now that we get out of the sad part of it, let's get to the happy birthday parts. And we really don't have to tell where all these people are because you all know them and everything. But let's start out with Connor and I hate this, even though I'm Irish. I can't pronounce Trinia, if I say it right.
I have no idea.
Or Tucker from Star Trek, as well as he was in Stargate Origins, Star Runners, Exodus, House of Evil, and everything. He turns 57 years old and not bad, very young looking and stuff. And then we also have our own Freema Ackman, who turns 47 years old, and she basically is still going strong and everything. I think she last was seen on New Amsterdam, and she's been in and out of other shows such as UK Law and Order, Sense8, Dreamland, The Carrie Diaries, and we wish her happy 47. Hopefully she'll come back to the WHOniverse, and I'm hoping, because there's a lot of cool stuff going on soon. Vanessa Branch, they know her as mostly the Orbit Gum Girl. She turns 53 today, and on the 21st. Sorry about that, guys. And you've seen her in Pirates of the Caribbean, Area 51, Suburban Girl, and Road Hard she's been in. And let's see who else is our final frontier is William Shatner. He turns a grand old... He has to have vampire blood. 95 years old.
Oh, wow.
95. And little known is Leonard Nimoy was also born on the same day and everything. So, and he would have, oh God, he was born in 1931. So I'm trying to figure if who would have been the oldest, or they would have been the same, you know what I mean? And stuff. Well, they would have been the same age too. Yeah. 95 years old. That's crazy. But I swear he's got vampire blood and everything. And I guess he's going to try to outdo Dick Van Dyke, because I think he's going for the 100 years as well.
Yeah, you missed the birthday that popped up there.
Oh, that was supposed to be last and everything, but we don't tell the Reverend's age. We don't tell
him my age, darling. But we
no, but there is a nice happy birthday for Reverend Amagon, aka Tom, and everything. And you had fun at the convention, right?
Well, you helped a lot.
Okay.
And of course, Lord Byron of Phantasmagoria Orlando, so he was a very good support. And Faith. Our own Faith Kelly being my handler, and then in return, I was her handler. So we had always a good over the bad.
And then speaking of Doctor Who and everything and stuff, because he had a good birthday as well and stuff. A lot of our fans got to see Jodie there, and so did our own Reverend Aragon. There's also some Big Finish coming out and everything. We have the Torchwood Farewell with Ianto Jones. We have upcoming unit episodes on Big Finish. So if you guys are stuck for Doctor Who, please head over to Big Finish. They are breaking out a lot of stories, even the Fifth Doctor's re-release and revival. And is there anything else we need to know? Because I heard too many people listening to too many rumors. Guys, they're not sleeping yet. They may be getting some exterior shots, maybe looking around and stuff. Don't think thing that they tell you on one side because it's the 20th anniversary and everything. Why can't we just take it at face value? They wanted to ask people what they thought of the 20th or what do they think of anything with Doctor Who and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Just take it at face value that they're having fun with you guys, because I know Murray said there were 3 scripts out. I may know of one title, may not, allegedly, but we don't know what it's going to be because it is scheduling conflicts. Look at Hannah Montana. They didn't have Emily Osment because she's filming her TV show, and people were like speculating things that there was a feud and stuff. So this is why I say rumors, stop. Just go to Big Finish, get your CDs, get your DVD, whatever you have to do of Doctor Who, and just literally have fun with it until they decide on BBC what they're going to do. Because even the land and sea has sunk right now in everything. They don't know where it's going to land, and we'll wait and see. All right,
Yeah.
so let's cancel the news right now because it's bad, and get to that charity event.
Okay.
All right, so let's hit the. And we have one more video that we can do. I think we wanted to run as news, right, Rev? So let's run that now, and then we'll bring in Sean because we.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. It's Christian. I want to thank everybody who came by the booth, whether this is your first time watching this show or you've been watching since day one. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming out to our panels. I want to personally thank the Daleks of Florida, Karina, Scully, and the rest of the team working together as we continue working together throughout other conventions. And I apologize if you're watching this live. I'm probably completely out right now. Like the Concrud hit me hard, so I'm just taping this then. I want to thank all the booth babes, Tom, Faith, excuse me, Tom, Faith, Rob, and Marty for helping out this weekend. I couldn't have done it without you. I want to personally thank Jody for giving me a picture I'd never thought I would get from her. Apparently, Jody did come to our booth while we were out doing our one panel, and I want to thank Melanie for helping us out do that panel. And everybody who came to the panel, we appreciate that. So if this is your first time watching any of our episodes, or like I said, if you're old school and been watching since day one, or if you've just come in for the first time from MegaCon, thank you so much. Appreciate everything, your support. If you bought barbecue sauce, or if you just subscribed to the YouTube channel or Facebook page, we appreciate that. And hopefully I'll see you back next week, because I have a new studio. Chrissy was doing stuff, of course. Dave knows best that Chrissy does stuff while I'm away, and I actually have practically a brand new studio. So I want to show that off to you. Anyway, thank you all, and until the next adventure, I'll see you next time.
Excellent. I was trying to give him bunny ears, and then no, that's backwards. You gotta do that.
And then how do you get balloons?
Yeah, that's clearly this is one of the one of the hand signals gestures for that. It's like when I do this. You know,
is this old StreamYard or no?
That's not StreamYard. That's my Mac. But before we get any further, I want to bring in. He was just a little bit running a bit behind, but we've got our friend from Our Philosophy is Sean. Sean, welcome. Hello, sir. How you doing? He stepped away because of course we had him in the background for so long, but he's here now. I'm sure he'll say hi when he gets back.
Yes.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, it helps if you push the unmute. I was getting all my stuff ready, and I had muted my microphone with the physical button there, and I started talking like, "Hey guys, yeah." Well, thank you very much. Yes, I'm doing well, Dave. Sorry for my lateness, guys. I thought it was like 5:30, and then I was sitting down to get ready, and I looked at the clock, and it said 6:06, and I was like, so
Whoops.
Yeah, right. But I'm here now. I'm happy to be here, and I've just been sitting here listening to the amazing news segment from Gadget, and I'm ready to get into it. It's a lovely day here. I hope you guys are having a lovely day as well. Everyone in the chat and everyone listening.
We've got so many bad Star Wars jokes going on in the chat. I'm loving it.
There's no bad Star Wars joke. You know what, Dave?
This is true.
I find your lack of faith disturbing, Dave. Honestly, like
when I say terrible, I mean terrible in the best sort of way.
of
Why
course.
is Yoda such a good gardener? Because he has 2 green thumbs.
Yes. Hey, you guys want to know the one? And if someone's already said this one, I apologize. But I was talking to my grandfather today, and he told me he was telling me very emphatically today that he realized that the Star Wars movies are really about Anakin. And I said, do you know why? There's actually a really good reason why they released episodes 4, 5, 6 before 1, 2, 3. And he goes, what is that reason? I said, because in charge of scheduling Yoda was. And that's so bad. But I love that joke. So I just had to add that to the bad Star Wars universe there. Oh, thank you for that.
That's right. I believe that's my fault a little bit because on Facebook I was like, "Hey guys, I'm about to do a live stream. I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm a little bit nervous," and so I had asked a few of them to toss me some jokes to ease the nerves.
Well, I'm glad they're here. No, honestly, it's great. We love seeing interaction in our comment section, and if that interaction is jokes,
yeah,
hilarious. We love it. KCS 012345. What's the core temperature of the tauntaun? Lukewarm. Yes, that's
oh my god, that's good.
One.
Hey, can we get an applause for that one?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Let me come back.
There you go. Yeah.
Running everything else. I'm trying to. Let's see back to comments.
Why does the Mandalorian always win the race? Because he has the best car.
Best car.
Best
oh
car.
My god.
One more before commercials.
One more before commercials. All right. Why does the Jedi Temple never receive memos? Because attachments are forbidden.
That is way less dark than I thought it was going to be.
Valid. All right.
Scales.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Jonathan's fans are great. No need to be nervous. You're in good company. Thank you, Timescales. You're exactly correct. We're gonna go do a quick commercial break. We'll come back in a couple of quick minutes, and we'll talk Sabacc for Charity and the game of Sabacc with Jonathan Lapointe from Sabacc for Charity.
Let's go.
Hit it, Rev.
I don't see which button to push because he had so many buttons on here. Let me try this one.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused on sewing clothes. The spell stays unspoken, a dark silhouette of a mark man, and I'm broken. Right down, I didn't listen to that voicemail. A TikTok that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you.
Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life, and so we decided we wanted to do a show about something that makes us happy. And in the first season, that something is Star Wars. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Yeah, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
Hello, I'm Sadie Miller, and this is The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Welcome back, everybody, to The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Thank you for that wonderful commercial break. I'm going to take a moment, because I can, to shout out Happiness Patrol. We saw the ad for it, and we got a lot of Star Wars fans in the audience today. So I want to throw this out to them. What we did is, like I said, we got rid of all the toxicity and fandoms and talked about what made us so happy. Our first season is Star Wars. So you can check us out on youtube.com/@Happiness Patrol Show. Coming out on not in 2 days, but a week from Thursday, we will have The Last Jedi. And then we got one more Star Wars, and then we'll have done the entire 9 films plus the couple in the middle there, your solos and your Rogue Ones. We got 12 episodes talking about Star Wars. And then our next season is going to be something completely different, but I think you guys will like that too. So I just wanted to throw that out there because, well, I've got a bunch of Star Wars fans, so why would I not be a little bit self-promoting? All right, so Jonathan, thank you again for joining us and putting up with all of our shenanigans.
My pleasure.
Let's start with, what is Sabacc? Let's start there. Let's start right at ground zero, because we've got a lot of Doctor Who fans here as well who may never have heard of this before.
Yeah, actually, yeah. There are a lot of people that have not heard about Sabacc, and every time we host an event or we attended a convention, we often start off explaining what Sabacc is and how easy it is to play it. We encounter a lot of people that actually go to Hollywood Studios, Batu. They end up buying the spiked deck, and then they read the instructions and have no idea how to start playing. So oftentimes they buy it, they hoard it, and then they come across us, and so many times they tell us, yeah, we have the deck but never played it. And then once we explain it to them, it's like, oh my God, that's it. That's how easy it is. So so we essentially just use that very simple game. And if everyone has either heard of poker or have played poker, obviously. So it's very easy for us to go from there and start, well, it's very similar to poker. You do this, so because it's so easy, we're able to use that platform to engage an audience and also just essentially use it as a platform to get others involved and raise money for charity. In our case, raise money for charity.
Which is great. It's amazing
Space
that
poker,
you can yeah, space poker. That's the easiest way to describe it.
But it's not gambling to shut down a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Yeah,
I've been streaming a ton of the Holocard Cantina Sabacc app, and they have turned off several of my streams, saying it's not allowed. And then I dispute it, and they turn it back on and remove the warning from my record. Wow. But yeah, it is not actual stuff. I was told they were playing. There's an Allen window. I was told they were playing a Star Wars version of Tic Tac Toe. Does anyone know anything about that? Would that be probably Sabacc?
No. Sabacc is very similar to blackjack, where instead of 21 is 20, but you approach it a little bit different by drawing cards, and then you have 4 specialty cards that you can only use once in the entire game. It's a little bit different, but I don't recall any Star Wars game that is similar to Tic-Tac-Toe. I'm not exactly sure what he's referring to, but KCS did say fake money, which is exactly, we yell that out all the time because either they're, some people don't know the value of a dollar, right? And usually the younger crowd, and then the older ones that, you have someone starting the bet real high. And then the next player is like, should I go for it? And everyone's like, fake money.
Yeah.
So,
I heard that.
Yeah. So hopefully YouTube's listening, because yes, it is fake money. We do not use any real money at all, other than the donations. So we use the entry fee as the donation, and 100% of it always goes to charity. So we always have the charity rep along with us, and then that way, as the players are signing up, the charity rep is able to talk more about what they're about. We often partner up with various charities. At MegaCon, for example, we did do Victim Service Center, but we've also done a Family Haven, Ronald McDonald House, Runway to Hope, and several other ones. So we don't necessarily stick with one charity. Our mission is sort of geared towards the more local charities. Although Ronald McDonald House is global, but they do have like smaller branches that do cater to a more niche crowd, I guess. But yeah, so as far as the charities that we partner with, they always attend all of our events, so they're able to speak more about what they do. But it's always, so the real money goes to them. The fake money is on our end.
That's fair. Gadget suggested the Tic-Tac-Toe might be the one that's sold at Disney. There's a version of Tic-Tac-Toe, an Empire versus Rebellion wooden Tic-Tac-Toe set. Maybe that was what it was. But Alan also says we play Sabacc at our gaming group in England.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's worldwide.
So we speaking of worldwide, we actually do have a worldwide tournament. So it's the World Sabacc Charity Tournament. And what we do is we essentially empower other people, other groups, what we call cantinas, to go out there and support their local charities by hosting these charity games anywhere in the world. And then we have prize sponsors all over the world as well that have donated towards the World Sabacc Charity Tournament. So there's still several prizes that I haven't announced that are eventually will be announced. But yeah, just like in Sabacc, the prizes and it stacks up. So we're able to extend our base so that we're essentially accepting anyone that is willing to host a game for charity and essentially gain points depending on the ranking, right? So like if you come in first place, you get 100 points, second place gets 64, so on and so forth. So these groups, these cells, cantinas, they host their own tournaments, and based on their ranking and how much they've donated, all that information goes to me. And then on the website, you're able to keep track of who in the world is first, second, all the way through however many players there are right now. The season starts in February and goes all the way to November. And we're only in March, and we already have well over 50 players around the world, a few of them in the UK. So I forgot who it was that said that they're over in England, but definitely we have cantinas being hosted in the UK as well. One of our prize sponsors is Multiversal Exports, which they are in England. So so prizes from all over. Anyone that's willing to donate to charity and be a part of it. We play in person and online as well using the HoloCard app, which I know that Dave, you're very familiar with that. So we use that app also to raise money using Discord to organize it. But yeah, we gather everything up, and then just essentially our mission is to get out there, support local charities, and have fun while doing it, and get prizes.
Yeah, Alan Windows, the one who made that comment about England. He said, "Who do we speak to in Northamptonshire Cantina?" So I'm assuming you. How do we get in touch with you as far as if people want to host those?
Yeah, so the global site is Outer Rim Sabacc League. So on that site, you should be able to find a cantina that's local to you, like where you are, on the outerrimsabaccleague.com page, and there you can find a cantina anywhere, or you can create your own cantina as well. Through that, you're able to get together with anyone that's local to you. If there is someone local to you, if there isn't anyone local to you, I would recommend starting your own cantina. If you don't want to go that route, you're able to join us online as well. Again, using the HoloCard Cantina app, and it's free. There's no ads or anything like that.
It's a great app. It's fun. It's got great music. I love the music in there.
Yeah. Oh yes, it does. Yeah.
But here, I'll throw up. I've got the. If you want to throw me up there.
Yeah.
Rev. So there's the app right there. It's HoloCard Cantina. Whoop.
Yeah, it's a great app. It is. My favorite thing about it is that it is free. It is ad free. There's no like pop-ups or anything like that, which could get really annoying when you're in the middle of a game. So that's really, really great. And so the guys that are in charge of the HoloCard Cantina app, they're also involved in the World Sabacc Charity Tournament as well. So it's really fun to have people from the UK, Sweden. I believe there's one from Poland. My goal, what I would love to see, and we just started the World Tournament this year. Last year it was just a national tournament. So if you go to the website right now, you'll notice there's a lot of American flags right now, but with a few sprinkled other countries. But the goal is to eventually see like the countries in South America, Japan, like Australia. I would love to see all like an assortment of different players from all over representing and doing good. Just being a part of the community.
When I have a little bit more time, and I've got my cantina set up.
That's awesome.
I just have to set it up to
That's cool.
out in public and get out there, but something a little bit fun. I took the name from the Badlands, the 501st Badlands Garrison.
Yeah.
But yeah,
someone's asking if Sabacc For Charity app is in Japanese also. That would have to be. I can reach out to the guys at the Holo Cantina app. I think as far as apps go, I'm not sure if language automatically translates depending on location. I could be wrong, but okay. So right now you have the Outer Rim Sabacc League page pulled up. So all those cantinas that are around the world, you're able to zoom in and find one near you. As you can see, the US has several. Over in the EU, there's a whole lot. So it's expanding a lot, really, and the game of Sabacc is growing a lot, is getting more fame. The idea is that everyone that already knows about it should be reaching out to others and attracting them to the game, like having them join their cantina and getting them involved. Not everyone is going to fall in love with Sabacc, and we understand that, but we're like pushing and encouraging others to get new players involved, and thankfully to our prize sponsors like Hyperspace Props, Amrod's Armory, and Multiversal Export, we're able to give those incentives for people to get out there and support charities.
Excellent. One of our regular viewers, Billy Covington Jr., has what he does not realize is a loaded question. How long has this game been around?
So it's actually from the 80s. If I remember correctly, I believe it was in a Lando comic. That's where it first started. So what we know now as a traditional or classic Sabacc, back then it was just Sabacc. Like that was the only game until Disney came around and the movie Solo came out. Then Corellian Spike was introduced, which is personally my all-time favorite. So then Sabacc became a traditional classic Sabacc. Corellian Spike came. And then the Halcyon Star Cruiser, sometime I forgot when it opened, 2019 or 20. Everyone knows that Star Wars Hotel. It lasted about a year and a half or two, I think it was. But that Halcyon Star Cruiser introduced yet another variant called Coruscant Shift. So there you have 3 variants, and then I think it was last year or the year before, the game Outlaws came out, and then yet another variant came out called Kessel. So there are 4 main variants of Kessel of Sabacc, excuse me. At Sabacc For Charity, we play all of them. So as far as what we use for tournaments, for example, we're able to use any of them, or any other cantina is able to use whichever variant they wish. There's cantinas here in Orlando that only are specific to Shift. They only play Shift. There's another cantina that only plays Hintaro. I don't know if you're familiar with the dice game Hintaro. So everyone has their opportunity to choose their in-universe Star Wars game to raise money for charities. Again, the objective is always to use this platform to reach out to other players, to join a community and give to charities. That's in a nutshell. That's really what we're about.
Yeah, I think the first physical card deck I think came out as part of the Star Wars role-playing game, and the first real deck I think was Celebrations 3 was the first classic, like proper classic deck.
Okay.
I think it was whatever year that was, but Yeah, now you can get them. Now, has Disney restocked their decks? Because when I was there last year, they were sold right out. I couldn't find Sabacc anywhere, and
that's good to know. I mean,
yeah.
I hope they do. I mean, again, like the name Sabacc is still not familiar with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of happy to know that they are flying off the shelves. Every time I reach out to a new charity, they have no idea what Sabacc is, so I have to explain to them. Yeah, it's and some people don't even know how to pronounce it. Sabacc. But it's just so much fun that it's something that we fell in love with. My wife and I fell in love with back in 2021, shortly after the pandemic, and it was just something that it started off in our house, in our small little house here, with close friends, and back then it was called the Chili Cantina. Our Chili is the planet where Ahsoka's from, and my wife is a huge Ahsoka fan. So we based everything around the Chili name, and so the colors were blue and orange because Ahsoka, her colors are blue and orange.
Right, that makes sense.
And so our first logo had the Sabacc For Charity card. With actually no, it was just the card by itself, and then the Montrals. And then once our Chili Cantina became so big, we actually started hosting at comic book stores, then restaurants. It became big enough where I was like, my wife and I, yeah, exactly. That's the logo right there. That's the OG logo right there. My wife and I, we just decided, like, why not do something special with this? You know, we've got this. Yeah, that's awesome. We actually, thanks to Hyperspace Props, Mike and Emily of Hyperspace Props, they actually made that logo into a coin. So for a time, they ran a run of those metal credits with the Chili Cantina / Sabacc For Charity. Again, during that time, it was like a mix of both until we finally decided to become a nonprofit 501c3. The logo is now just a card, so that's essentially where the colors came from Ahsoka. I didn't know this at the time, but orange is for cancer awareness, which is, you know, it just coincided also with like helping, and that's a really brief background story of how Sabacc For Charity came about, but it just grew. So it was just a matter of like, all right, we've got this. We have support from so many volunteers, and not volunteers at the time, but so many players. Let's go to conventions. So our first one was Ocala Comic-Con. Our friends at the Rusty Rancor, Brian and Haley, actually that whole group over in Ocala actually got together also and made some panels and some stuff for us for Sabacc For Charity at the time where it was infant. We drove up to Ocala, which is about 2.5 hours from us, and then they set up shop. And then that was our first exposure to Sabacc For Charity, being at conventions. And it was just awesome. It was a great time. So we got such great feedback that it was like, we have to keep this going. And all the volunteers are incredible. Like Sabacc For Charity would not be where it is if not for the volunteers. So because I get that support from them, and I also get the support from the online community, just, you know, every little like and comment saying that, you know, we love what you're doing, that gives us strength. Like this past convention, MegaCon, like it's so draining and exhausting.
Oh yeah.
But And I'll be honest, prior to the conventions, it's always the same. Like, why are we doing this? Like, it's so difficult. It really is. Even financially, it's difficult. But every single time we go to conventions, we see all the smiles and everyone just coming out happy, and we're like, yeah, this is why we do it. It ends up being a fun time, and it's a great feeling. It's cool.
It is, and it's so much, and it's such a fun group of people to be around as well. Like I've been to MegaCon a few times. I'm up in Red Deer, Alberta, so I'm a little bit far away, but I've come down for a few of them. Missed this year, unfortunately, but I've been very, very happy to play a little bit of Sabacc when I've been down there. I've done a couple of videos, on my own channel. You happen to randomly get sucked into one of them.
That was fun.
Yeah, so it's been great. And I brought up here, since we mentioned hyperspace props, they also have a Sabacc For Charity themed Sabacc deck.
Yep. And every time you purchase from hyperspace props, those decks, a portion of it goes back into Sabacc For Charity, so it helps us out as well. And if you buy, I don't mean to steer away from hyperspace props, because hyperspace props has been a supporter from day one. I mean, they've been incredible. Mike and Emily have always been like, you need this? Yes, I got you, So, but also Amrod's Armory. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but Sabacc, Amrod. I don't know if you hear it, but Sabacc or Amrod. But he also has certain products that when there's a Sabacc For Charity themed, like those, a portion of that also goes to Sabacc For Charity. So we're still in the process of like getting financial support. Like, we have prize sponsors, but we don't have like financial sponsors. So that's something that we're still working on as a young 501c3. But we will eventually get there. Amrod's Armory. He's amazing. I can't say enough good things about him. But he also has a few things on his Etsy page that are Sabacc For Charity themed, and the portions of those also go to allow us to continue doing what we've been doing for years now.
Excellent. Yeah, you can see there's the Sabacc For Charity themed dice, dealer token, bounty crate.
I use those dice. There's a lot of people that I've encountered that are colorblind, and again, a blessing in disguise. I didn't know that having that blue-orange color is actually colorblind friendly. So. So those dice, we also use them in our games. The Sabacc For Charity cards are also using that theme too. So for anyone that is still learning Sabacc, it's very easy to pick up with those cards because they have the numbers really big, and the colors, again, they're colorblind friendly.
And that's one of the nice things about pretty much any.
Thank you, Bill.
Most Sabacc decks are pretty good as far as colorblind viewing. Most versions of it that I've seen.
Yeah, and even the one that they sell in Hollywood studios, like cards 1 through 6, they have the numbers, but 7 through 10 is just a symbol. So for someone new learning the game, it's a little bit tough. It's very canon, obviously. But at the same time, for us, especially since we're constantly, like, I want to say maybe 80% of the people that we encounter, they're all new to the game. So having that, the Sabacc deck of cards, and it was so essential. And it was something that I reached out to Mike and Emily of Hyperspace Props, and I said, hey, listen, guys, I need a deck that is easy for people to learn. I've got ideas for a design. I gave them the design, and the rest is history. They were able to make that happen for me, and for Sabacc For Charity. So again, another shout out to Mike and Emily of Hyperspace. So just full on support. I love them to death. And so, and all the supporters, everyone that I met at MegaCon just ended up loving everything. And so they're like, where could I get this? And like, right over there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was
awesome.
It was great that they were so close this year.
Yeah.
Point to the thing and go right on the other side of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some of the charities you guys have run with.
A coalition for the homeless, family haven. Yep, exactly. That's my wife.
Yep.
I'm sure she's somewhere in the house. She could probably hear me right now. but yeah, we partner with all sorts of charities. As a matter of fact, one charity was played. I'm sorry, one cantina while during this weekend played for a wildlife preservation charity. You know, so it goes beyond human beings too, right? Like any charity that is that is in good standing. You know, we always encourage people to support their local. I've said this several times to everybody. Just, you know, I don't have anything against the really large charities that everyone knows about. You know, Make-A-Wish, Give Kids the World. Like, they're all really, really great charities, awesome charities, great programs, but they do get a lot of funding through government grants. They're very popular, so they also get a lot of funding from just casual donors. You know, lots of events that are raising money for those same charities too. So there's nothing wrong with those charities, but there's I don't know if you've ever searched for how many charities are there around your area, but here in Orlando, there are thousands of charities, me being one of them. But there are lots of charities that have really great programs that are serving the local community. And so a part of our mission is to not only raise money for them, but also awareness. So there's that too, that we encourage people to, you know, anywhere you are, you know, from Washington State to Maine to anywhere in the world. Like, if there's local charities that you support that you think are worth donating to, as long as they're in good standing, yeah, like we encourage others to host those Sabacc For Charity games and raise money and awareness for those too.
Indiana Pond says Jonathan and Sabacc For Charity represent the best from among the sub-Star Wars fan groups and has from the jump. So, little more Jonathan fan. Thank you.
I appreciate that,
which is deserved.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. But really, again, my wife and I may have kind of jump started the whole thing, and we're trying our best to sustain it. But what runs this, again, are the volunteers. The volunteers make it so that it's worth coming back to. I can't stress enough how awesome our volunteers are. We for this MegaCon, I had people all the way from West Virginia, or West Virginia, I can't remember at the moment, but from the Panhandle, like all the way and you think it's Florida is nearby? No, that is like 6-hour drive from Fort Lauderdale, like at Ormond Beach. I have all these people all coming from all over the place just to volunteer with us for 4 days, and it's not easy. It's not easy to volunteer. Setting up and breakdown alone can be that factor of like, I ain't doing this again. but it's work, you know. It's work. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but it's work. And then all these volunteers, they come back again and again because they not only think it's fun, but they enjoy the company, the community. They enjoy being with us, and it's overwhelming how awesome our volunteers are.
Yeah. No, you can't do something like this without volunteers.
No, not at all. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't definitely, you know, well, you may be the face. Yeah, we definite shout out to everyone who's volunteered for you, but at the conventions, who volunteered to run these tournaments all over the world.
Yeah.
So definitely major shout outs. Panel, does anyone have questions for Jonathan before we look at some more MegaCon stuff?
I had a couple questions.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask. This is a little bit more of a trivial question, but I too had the experience of looking at the word and not knowing precisely how to pronounce it. I know it's pronounced Sabacc, but I wanted to. It's just kind of more of a thought exercise, so we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. But it's just like some people saying Sabacc, or what are the other ways you said that people pronounced it?
Sabacc.
Sabacc, yeah.
That's more of a joke, though.
But like in the Star Wars universe, could this be sort of like the Han and Han and the Princess Leia and Princess Leia?
AT-AT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, in the Star Wars universe, it kind of seems like maybe nobody can agree on how anything is pronounced, which is what you would expect from a, you know, like Mos Eisley spaceport, or Mos Eisley, as others say, even that spaceport.
Yeah.
But it's like if you take that into the real world, almost like if you're doing the charity thing, it's like you could have an environment of welcoming, because it's like just like in the Star Wars universe, we all are from different star systems, so we might pronounce it differently, and maybe that's all right, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's actually one thing that I wasn't expecting to. It was expected, but it wasn't something that I had like in my sights. Like the original intent is always to raise money for charity and awareness, right? Mm-hmm. But one thing I didn't intend, or an immediate intent, was to create a sort of safe space where everyone's welcome, right? Mm-hmm. We have no talks of politics or religion. I am a Christian. I'm not ashamed to say it or anything like that. But and it's not that I set my Christianity to the side or anything like that. But at the same time, I'm not like there's a time and place for everything, right? And then so it becomes a place where everyone's welcome. Everyone can be themselves and feel comfortable. So on the topic of like saying however you want to say it, like everyone's welcome to say it, Sabacc, or however you want to say it. It's a very welcoming area. Like it is a safe space, and going back again. Sorry to keep going back to the volunteers, but the volunteers also same thing. They all come from different backgrounds, different everything, and they all like to do things their way. You know, so.
Right. No, and I think that's so. I think that's absolutely beautiful as well. I mean, it is a charity. I if you don't mind, I was gonna finish up with at least on my side with a charity related question. Actually, now that I've gone into the sort of silly Mos Eisley parallel, what I was gonna ask is, when you're raising money for charity, what would you say as far as like directly the majority of what you raise, like how would you say that typically goes to like the kinds of charities? Like what's most of the, I mean, I know you've spoken a little bit about it, but what's like the majority of the charity work that's being done with this this really awesome money that you're raising with this?
Yeah. So it again, it's a very wide range of charities. There's no one specific like genre of charities that we stick to. Um, um, Victim Service Center, for example, we kind of reached out to them to be a part of MegaCon because we felt like Victim Service Center provides the kind of program that young adults or teenagers may want that are attending the con. Like if you've ever been to any of these really huge conventions, everyone goes as they wish they could be otherwise outside. If they did that outside of a convention, they would be labeled, they would be made fun of or whatever, right? But at a convention, everyone feels comfortable, right? In the case of Victim Service Center, they provide services, and again, a reason why we have a rep there is because they're able to explain it a whole lot better than I can. But they basically provide services for people that are that have been abused, and they provide programs where you can get help without raising any red flags, to the person or persons abusing, right? So at a convention like that, they have masks that they hide behind, or these outfits that they're able to not be themselves for a day or two, right? So when they come across Victim Service Center and they learn about that, it's almost like, I didn't know that was a thing, So again, not only raising money, but also awareness to these programs that are local, and anyone that comes across Victim Service Center, they're able to see that's something that they could use themselves. And I think MegaCon fits that Victim Service Center. For others, at Ocala Comic Con, we did a family haven. They catered to young girls that also have been victims or have run away, from abusive homes and stuff like that. So Family Haven provides housing for those young girls. Run with Your Hope. It's also like Run with Your Hope, if I remember correctly. I hope I'm doing them justice, because it's hard for me to remember like all the services, but they provide families with financial support. When kids are going through cancer treatments and stuff like that, sometimes they struggle with financially, and it's their kid, right? So programs like Run with Your Hope, they're here locally to Orlando. So yeah, just putting those kinds of programs on blast, just letting people know, like, hey, this exists. You're not alone. If you need help, these are programs that can help you out. And so that's we're proud to like be able to do that for others, and they're happy about it too. Like even if we raise $300 to $500, to them it means a whole lot. Like it can mean like a week's worth of food for one of their kids or something like that. Right. Meanwhile, the other ones that get millions of dollars in donations annually, me raising $500 is a drop in the bucket, and again, it might sound bad, but I'm not trying to I'm not trying to say anything bad about those larger organizations, but no. Again, like a part of our passion is bringing to light these smaller programs that need help as well. So
right. Well, thank you for answering that, and I just wanted to tell you, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for taking something awesome like Star Wars and helping to use it to make it even better by helping those people out. So I think that's really beautiful, and just thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. One of my all-time favorite quotes. It's from Yoda. I know it's a little cliche, but my motto, I guess, would be when Yoda says, "Pass on what you have learned." That's actually even on the S4C card deck on the inside. It says that in Arabic, because I think that's what I think that's the ongoing motto for us. Passing on what you not just Sabacc. We pass on our love and passion. We also did Magic Wheelchair. That was also awesome. Orlando Blood Center. Yes, raising money for leukemia research. We actually had one of our sponsors having to use one of those charities, and so in lieu of that, we also wanted to raise money for that as well. Just taking what we know and love and passing that love and passion to others. I think it's what keeps us going. Also, the volunteers keeps us going. We have a love for this, and we're just passing it on as Yoda wished for us to do.
Yes, making the galaxy a better place. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
May I just interject on something? Yeah. The thing about personas and things about cosplay and everything and stuff, I find it here in New York, we don't dismiss anybody outside of cons for cosplay, but I think I might have misheard you when you said about that being outside of a convention, you would get bullied or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I understand that from years ago because I'm a victim of bullying and everything, and also family bullying and stuff and everything. And I have a friend that has personas and everything, and they just do fine outside and their personas and everything. So I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. As well as that you're not saying that only conventions allow the personas and everything.
No. So
and also your game, as being a dyslexic, I tried and I can't. I'm so sorry. I can't play it. Even when I was in school and my math teacher let us play poker in class and everything, I couldn't play poker in class, even though I had the best hand every time someone would help me. But I just wanted to let you know that even though you made it bigger print, bigger whatever, anything, for someone with my level of dyslexia, which is level 4 and higher, based on what Candyman has explained to me, is there a way you can tweak it? Because I had to write a book to help kids with autism and dyslexia play Dungeons and Dragons, and a lot of people I've come across said it's a very good way to start beginners and everything. Is there a way you can work with people like me that can make this game a lot easier to understand, or like a simplified down version and stuff? Because I like to play these games, but when I was growing up with my uncle, I could not play any of this stuff, and I ended up being a fairy in D&D because it was the easiest character, and it just, I can play chess, but I can't play any of the fun stuff I want to play. Yeah. And that's the universe saying, yeah.
I actually haven't I don't know how to approach someone with a dyslexia to like how to play the game. I guess I would have to reach out to
a neurodivergent person.
Yeah, like I would have to reach out to an expert to see how can I.
And please do your research on the experts, because some of these experts do not live our lives. Some of them don't even have dyslexia. And that's where a lot of the skewing happens when you're playing these games that they say are made for people like us. Okay. And that's where I get upset with a lot of these card games. Like I can't even play Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, or any of that stuff. And they say, oh, we talked to people. I said, no, you didn't. They don't have it. You don't know how it hurts us, that we can't partake in things. And we sit there and watch and we try to learn, but you do get some people that say, if you can't learn, go sit in the corner and just observe, and that's where it gets me upset. And everything. I know you make it for everybody, but sometimes everybody is not included.
I totally sympathize with that. Like I would want this to be an experience that everyone can have. So if there's ever an issue, like for example, we do have other some people in our group that are colorblind, so I wanted to make sure that we had a set that was colorblind.
Because as you see, I wear these glasses that helps with my reading for dyslexia. It helps the words stay on the page.
Okay. Yeah. So like any issues that would hinder others to experience what others would experience with us, I definitely would want to resolve that as best I could to accommodate. And yeah, because again, this Sabacc For Charity has to be something that it's welcoming to everybody, not just mentally, emotionally, but like if any physical impairments also, like we just want to be able to cater to everyone that is
like when you do a voice activator for someone who is disabled, who uses those machines to speak for themselves too and everything.
I'm sorry?
Those, the like there's this young gentleman that goes around to all the stars and he's in his wheelchair and he uses that voice activated machine to talk to them and ask questions. Will you have a version like that for people like that as well?
Ooh.
See what I mean? Like you got to think outside the box. Yeah. And a lot of these companies don't think, and I know it's for charity, but like as a former ambassador of Magic Wheelchair and everything, I thank you for that too, that you guys donate to them as well. Yes, I'm a former ambassador. And a lot of people don't know that. That's what I'm saying. And it's basically, like I said, I deal with a lot of Conventions Abilities Expo, all this thing. And a lot of things is that we feel there's no games for people who have these disabilities, either physically, learning or like developmental and everything, and they forget about us sometimes. They work on autism, like that's the number one thing now is autism, but with everything else they forgot about the rest of us, Down syndrome and everything. And I hear it from the sectors that I'm in and stuff, and like I said, there's levels to dyslexia, there's levels to autism, but somehow it gets, you know what I mean, when they don't talk to somebody who lives it, and we feel bad we can't play and stuff. And I'm just glad you guys are doing it for charity, but like a couple of charities that you've mentioned I know about very personally and stuff, and it's hard because it's something I'm interested in, and it just hurts every time I can't play it.
Well, again, I mean, we're fairly young. We do want to cater to as many people as possible. What you're talking about is probably something that I would have to get like someone in IT and programming that could do a digital version that could be of assistance, because having that in real life might be a little bit difficult. But I mean, at this moment, like I don't have an answer for that.
Like I don't know how to. It's just an example of what everyone's telling everybody everything has to be assisted. Like when you write books, you have to make it assisted for everybody, especially in Europe with the EU new system and everything, where you have to have everything turned into assisted reading, assisted listening, like audio and everything. Yeah. They're demanding that for certain books, certain games, certain everything. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how are we moving forward? Would that be something on your plate to help us get more people into it who might want to donate, who have disabilities? Because a lot of us won't donate if it's not going to benefit us.
Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, this is it's something to keep in mind for the future, where we are ever evolving. Like we'll go wherever we're needed. We'll help out those that are in need, and we'll do everything.
I make people think. That's the problem. I make people think.
Yeah.
Back to the comments quick. Rose here said, will Sabacc For Charity ever come to the UK? Will you, Sabacc, obviously we had that conversation earlier in the show, is worldwide. Outer Rim Cantina lets you get involved with playing Sabacc in general, and potentially with a Sabacc For Charity tournament. And someone else in the comment also asked if there was a dream tournament that you, or words.
Where's I lost it? I lost it.
A dream convention that you'd like to work at and bring Sabacc For Charity to.
I mean, in a world where I had an infinite amount of money that I could take what I have, and I mean, I wish for this to be everywhere. I wish to be able to travel to the UK, Japan, and just, do everything that we're doing. Obviously there's set pieces involved, right? Like I can't travel with that. So
yeah,
it would have to be based on having liaisons or ambassadors in other countries helping out, because me by myself, and I would have to take a bunch of volunteers along with it. So expense is obviously Japan. Yeah, I would definitely love to go to Japan, #Japan. But there's only one convention that we actually travel outside of Florida, and that's in Frisco, Texas, Rebel Scum Con. Those guys, they accommodate us really well, and so we're able to make that trip because they're helping us out. So
that's an awesome name.
Rebel Scum Con. Yeah. And the name is awesome. The con is awesome. And the people that are running it are amazing too. Star Wars in Celebration. Yeah. I think we messed out the last time because of maybe, I think it was politics, maybe, because, our governor said something about Disney, and I think Disney said, no, we're not doing it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, traveling would be amazing. I would love to have Sabacc For Charity be my full-time job, to be honest. But the truth is, my full-time job, I'm a photographer. That's what I've been doing for 17 years, and so yeah, I still have to do that to pay the bills. So I do not get paid for Sabacc For Charity. No one gets paid for Sabacc For Charity. So it's a matter of like getting funded to where we can actually, again, just take our mission elsewhere, not elsewhere, take our mission to other places that don't know about us, and then maybe having relationships and ambassadors, liaisons across the seas that we can entrust and have a branch of Sabacc For Charity in the UK, a branch of Sabacc For Charity in Japan. We actually have, and it's a true story, we actually have right now 2 volunteers that live in Florida that are going to be living in Japan by the end of this year. So that I'm already making moves to make sure that they're prepared so that we can spread that love over there. But yeah, it's just a matter of time and money, which money we don't have, and time, we'll just build up on what we currently have.
Right. So we've got about 10 minutes or so left. So I want to take a look at MegaCon. Did you have a good time at MegaCon, Jonathan?
I did. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, most definitely. It was by Sunday my eyes were red, my feet were tired, and I was all set to go home. But my days, actually, my whole MegaCon week doesn't really end until just this morning, actually, that I finally finished organizing everything that was just FYI. I don't know if you knew this, but everything that you ever see at Sabacc For Charity, like all the set pieces, all lives in my backyard. So
of course they do.
And it's all broken down. It's stacked up like 8 feet high. Like it's a monster undertaking. So like I've pretty much lost my backyard almost to Sabacc For Charity. My house has Sabacc For Charity stuff all over the place too. So yeah, God willing, sometime in the future, we'll be able to have like an actual storage unit, like climate controlled storage unit, to have all that stuff. But again, time and money. Well, yeah, hopefully we'll eventually get there.
Until then, you just have to treat your wife extra nice.
Always, every single day.
Always. We've got some pictures from our time in MegaCon, don't we, Tom?
From this weekend?
Yeah.
Yes, let's run it through because Faith is watching, as she said she wants to see the stuff. So let's go with her first video.
Hi everybody! So you're going to hear my voice crack probably a little bit because it's kind of been in and out since after con, just chit-chatting away, and today it's kind of like coming back. I wanted to read my experience of meeting Jodie. She's literally the sweetest person ever. She's just like 13. So if anybody's just like, oh, I'm not sure what the energy is gonna be like, right up there. No change. They wrote 13 as Jodie. Saturday, because it was my biggest day. So I got into her line pretty early in the morning. She seen my cosplay and she was like, hey, look, it's me. And I made a little card to invite her to our Doctor Who cosplay meetup. Told her just to come around whenever she can, or if she can for the day. We'd love to see her and let her see the Daleks and get inside the TARDIS. And she was so excited to be invited to that she practically begged her handler to go. And her handler was just like, we'll try. I told her that some of my friends had been showing her my cosplays throughout the years at cons that I couldn't make. Then it just clicked and she came around and gave me a big hug and said she's loved seeing my photos, which I can't believe it still that she's seen them and she remembered me. We took our pic and then her handler said that the likeness of both Jodie and I were crazy cool and that we actually kind of look like cousins or slightly related. I made some Doctor Who themed bracelets and she let me get a pic of her wearing those with mine. During the Traveling TARDIS panel, Jodie did come around the booth. Absolutely loved the whole Doctor Who booth and she was just running around checking everything out. They got ready to do their group photo together, her and the Dalek builders, and so I was kind of off on the side watching that, but she comes right up to me, grabs my arm, pulls me right in and goes, the Doctor goes right here next to me. So I got to be in their group photo together.
Second video.
I tell her I finished my post-Regen 13 cosplay officially with a coat this time because she did see some pictures of me without the coat and she's like, bring it, I want to see it. And I was like, okay. She loved all the details I did with my coat, how like natted down it looks and shredded, and that was basically gonna be my day aside from the panel. And then I went to her panel and that was absolutely amazing. She had such a big turnout, which made me so happy because you just know how it is with like the reception of 13 from some other people, but just to see how much she was loved, packed. Her whole panel was packed. After the panel, as I'm walking out, her handler seen me and was just like, hey, why don't you come back to the booth for a moment? Because Jodie's not gonna be here long. She's doing some last minute signings, but just come around. I was like, okay. Basically, she just wanted to say goodbye to me in person and just thank me for being so sweet and asking how her con has been each day and showing her my cosplays and just really chatting with her whenever she didn't have people in line. And then I told her I really wanted to read something to her about what her doctor means to me, but I couldn't find time and I never wanted to hold up her line. And I told her, I was like, but I might cry, so please excuse that. And she's like, babes, I might cry too. Read it, we both cried. Her handler was in the corner and was just kind of tearing up too. And then Jodie was like, babes, I'm glad you made me cry after the con. And I was like, yep, me too. She gave me a big hug and a free selfie together. And she just complimented me about like how she can see the representation of her doctor through me, through my mannerisms, when I would pop in and out of the accent, and just like she could just see how much I love her. And she said thank you because I love when fans really show their appreciation. Her thank you for making my entire con so amazing. And she said, no, thank you, babes, for making mine amazing. But yeah, that was my whole time meeting Jodie. She is quite literally everything I wished for and more. Nah, I'm not gonna cry again. I cried way too much, but like meeting her was everything.
And mine, I'm cutting down, but I'll get to this one.
Yes. Here we are at the community zone. I got it right this time. There we go. With the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. No, look at all the junk behind her. Not Christian. It could be Jodie, but it's not Jodie. I saw Jodie. She's a beautiful woman. And with the Dalek builders of America. I mean, the Dalek builders of Florida. You know, they're Dalek builders of Florida. Something like that. See, they talk like a Dalek. All these good things there. So, now this is mine. That's Faith. You know her. An upcoming co-host on Spill the Geek Tea. And because she is my handler today, they got it done. Full tag, you're it. Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, it was great. It's unfortunate that Jodie stopped by our booth during our one panel. We had one panel the entire weekend, and that's when Jodie was able to come by the Daleks of Florida booth. You are still on mute, Tom.
Read my lips. I said it. I told Faith. I said she's going to be at the panel, and all in all, Faith was my handler for Saturday. So after I did one thing, she said, "Oh well, I'll take you there." So she was holding up the cardboard and walked through there and met Jodie. Said, "Oh my God!" And then I was in turn Faith's handler because we tried to find Melanie. It took us 3 times to find. Okay, numbers go this way. Oh my God, we'll talk about that on Sunday. But found Melanie. Everything was good and all that. So let's jump into the pictures because I told Faith we're going to have all her pictures on here. So MegaCon. There she is there. There's me and her. This was on Friday. My birthday, Friday. And this was on Sunday. That's not my sock, baby. There's Melanie with the biggest of the Daleks for the Dalek builders. There's us at the panel. I should have washed my hair, believe me. But 2 of them, took control. And, of course, welcome to Jodie. And this was Saturday? Yeah. Because it was Faith and Jodie on there. Then it was on Sunday. Yeah, I saw on Sunday like that. And then the bracelets she was talking about. The photo op there. So this was the other day. That was Saturday because there's a photo op there. Jodie pulls her in. We're at the panel, and I knew it. So with the Dalek builders of Florida, then all the Dalek builders of Florida. Let's see. This was. I had to find him on Instagram. He's following me, as well as the dude to my. If I'm on this side, to the bottom there. So at 5 o'clock, the Flash said, "Okay, everyone gather together." He's on the floor and he's looking up at. Okay, everyone look down. And so we got cool pictures like that. And there's Faith, owning TARDIS. Another group shot because I don't have the Sonic. You can see on the side there says "Happy Birthday, Reverend Amazon." And let's see. I found this one. So I found this one looking through.
That's a perfect. That you can't pay for that kind of numbering.
No.
That's why I had to put that in there.
Perfect timing.
111. Like, okay.
And we want to thank every one of the 111,111 people who are subscribed to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS over on YouTube.
Make a wish.
Yeah,
11.
Exactly. My wish is that for all of the Star Wars people. My wish is for all the Star Wars people to subscribe to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, or if you're watching it on, TheRatHole.ca, feel free to, subscribe to me there too. yeah, what do we have any other pictures?
We just made it to 112.
Hey, thank you, whoever 112 is.
Ooh.
Hello, 112. Okay, let me go back to something. That's nuts. Besides the picture that you added there, that's all I could
Yay.
fit on here.
Excellent. And we'll look at more of them on Sunday on Spill the Geek Tea, right?
Yeah, because I took all the pictures, and then we'll sort between all the banners, between everything I have on my other StreamYard. We'll just jump into
And how to cure con crud.
Exactly.
So yeah, we'll wrap things up here. Let's start with Sean. Where can we find you and Our Philosophy Is?
You can find me on YouTube at Our Philosophy Is 9119, I believe. I say I believe every week. I really should just check what the numbers are at the end of my channel.
Yes, it is 9119.
Yes.
I made it
I'll
better.
have Dave check for me. Thank you, Dave. Yes, you can find me on YouTube at Our Philosophy Is. I post sometimes, occasionally, some years. I post videos over there. I've been mainly active over here. But if you want to talk about nerdy things in a queer-friendly and in general friendly space, then head on over there. My philosophy is that all this stuff at the con, like the positive fandom, is I always ask people, don't you want that? Don't you want people to enjoy things? It doesn't mean you can't be critical, but we should be nice in the fandom, I think, and I want to support that energy. So if you think the same about that particular kind of thing, then you might like some of the content that I make on my channel, and head on over there if that sounds good to you. Thank you.
Excellent. And Gadget, where can we find you?
Like a bad penny, anywhere and everywhere. I'll be at New York Comic Con as soon as I get the tickets. Already got tickets for Anime NYC, Bronx Comic Con. I might be heading to the Bronx Zoo for when the weather gets better. Pick up my books at lulu.com and everything, guys, because since it's getting harder to find work, this is the only creative outlet I have right now, dealing with everything. And just everyone be kind and understand that sometimes don't judge a book by its cover, because the story is still not finished and might be in production for a movie later.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom, where can we find you?
This is why I'm her producer and everything else. I do know. But, I'm just here for the shenanigans. I got that today at Hobby Lobby.
The shows, you can mention those.
Hobby Lobby. Okay, where am I? Dave's up here, so let me see. Where's my stuff? We're all on Spill the Geek Tea on Sundays at 5 p.m. And yes, I do sound like a sexy George Lowe, don't I? Where we'll be discussing further what happened in my memory of MegaCon, but you can also see the videos I would do. I'll be talking about that, my daily of how I dealt with Orlando on my personal channel soon. That we're just saving for later. That's about it. I don't feel like doing any other shows because I'm so sore, and I still had to watch the that movie with Ramona.
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I gotta watch that too.
And of course, our special guest. Thank you, Jonathan, again for joining us.
Yeah.
And talking about Sabacc For Charity and Sabacc. It's been amazing. Yes, happy to see Star Wars and Doctor Who fans united on this live stream.
Yes.
As am I. Where can we find Sabacc For Charity online?
Almost every social channel except for TikTok. I think that's the only one that I don't care for. But I am a Facebook, Instagram, even LinkedIn, Discord as well. The handle is the same all throughout. Sabacc For Charity at Sabacc For Charity. SabaccForCharity.com. There you can see all our upcoming events, all the updates on the World Sabacc Charity Tournament are there as well. I will give a quick shout out to the upcoming event that we have in Orlando. It's a brand new event that we're hosting ourselves called Orlando Outpost. That's on May 9th. And no, we didn't do it on May 4th on purpose because for obvious reasons, there's going to be so much going on. But on Saturday, May 9th, downtown Orlando is going to be Star Wars. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully we get a lot of cosplayers there. Everyone's welcome. And Sabacc for the number 4, Sabacc For Charity at gmail.com if you would like to email me. But again, you can also reach out at all Facebook, Instagram, and Discord as well.
I think that's the right. No, that's the Sabacc For Charity page right there.
Yeah.
And I had.
Yeah, and currently those numbers are outdated. This Saturday we had a charity tournament, obviously. So I have new numbers that I need to update the stats. And then there was another cantina also that hosted a charity game. So all those numbers are gonna be updated and have new world's top 10 players. Just a quick FYI also, your outerrimcantina.com is actually outerrimsabaccleague.com.
Oh.
Yeah, so if anyone's looking for their local groups around their area, they're able to go to outerrimsabaccleague.com. For those that are in Florida, there's actually a more specific one of a Facebook page of Florida Sabacc League. Yeah, outerrimsabaccleague.com. Correct. Yeah, and
there we go.
They're able to find their local groups there.
Excellent. Yeah. So Rose, you're wondering where to find this in the UK. Here's a great place to look for you. Find some playing space. And also, you mentioned Rebel Scum Convention. That's rebelscumconventions.com.
I highly recommend.
That is August. Where is it here? I had it somewhere. August sometime. August 7th and 9th.
Yeah, it's on our Sabacc For Charity page also, because we are going to go there. October 15th, actually. October 15th through the 17th is Rebel Scum at the. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong event. My bad. Sorry.
I'm like,
August.
no.
I was looking at the wrong event. Sorry. August 7th through the 9th. Yes.
Yeah.
Frisco.
I'm not crazy. Excellent. Well, I mean, I am, but not about this.
Crazy for Star Wars.
Yes, exactly. Wah, wah, wah.
I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you.
You're very welcome. As for me, you can find me all over the internets, all over the YouTubes. You can find me, obviously, here on The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. You can find me on Sundays, along with Tom, on Spill the Geek T, and sometimes Gadget as well, at Spill the Geek T1. You can find again, Happiness Patrol is youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow. Again, our whole first season is talking Star Wars. So please come join us. No toxicity. We want to talk. We can be critical, and goodness knows in the sequel trilogy we are, but we are not toxic about it. So we've got a couple more months left of Star Wars talk there. Give us a subscribe. You can also find me on Horses on Film, where we talk 100 best Westerns of all time. youtube.com/@horsesonfilm. And some of you are watching this on my own channel, youtube.com/TheRatHole.ca. That's TheRatHole.ca. But YouTube does not like URLs in their URLs. Either does Twitch, because I'm also on our Twitch channel. I noticed we had at least one viewer on Twitch, Indiana Pons. Thank you for saying hi from there. With that being said, let's wind things up.
Let's run through the advertising.
Oh, yeah, where the Traveling TARDIS is. Yeah, we should probably do that.
Let's see. Let's get you off the screen here. Let's go back to there's Gadget there, and then there's Billy there, and get your banner off the screen. There we go.
There we go.
That one I have no idea. Oh, we should take that one down. That one there for Space Coast Comic-Con at June 20th to 21st in 2026 at www.spacecoastcomiccon.com. Then we have Epic Verse, August 21st and 22nd, 2026. where fandom unites. Check them out at epicverseflorida.com. We have Ancient City Con, September 25th to 27th, 2026 in St. Augustine, Florida. That's ancientcitycon.com. And that's all we got. We are done.
Excellent.
On time, beforehand even.
Ooh.
That's weird.
So yeah, there's a couple more cons for you to look into, Jonathan. Around Florida.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Be everywhere. Thank you again for coming on here. At the end of the night, we always close by saying goodnight to our good friend Simon Fisher Becker, who passed away a little over a year ago. So we have Simon's pictures.
Yeah, I just had to be ready to type the word "Good night, Simon."
Yes. So we always say goodnight, Simon. So if you want to say goodnight, you can. And until next time, people, thank you again, and we'll see you next week. Good night, Simon.
Night, Simon.
Night, Simon.
Good night, Simon.